Hey friends, your girl is back. We are gonna create a makeup look using the items I received in my paid Boxycharm box. And actually, okay, so Ipsy went ahead and changed up the names to the glam bag, the Boxycharm box, and the icon. I'm gonna give you guys updates on all of that. I'm gonna be real honest. It's gonna take me a good minute to remember the new names. Why are they rebranding? I don't know. I think they want to do like a whole fresh thing. We're not gonna get into that today. Just know if you didn't know, I got an email and they're changing up the names and rebranding again. Anyway, this is going to be my October, why did it come out like that? October paid box. I recently shared that your girl ended up becoming gainfully employed. So I'm no longer like full-time self-employed or a full-time content creator, which is by choice. And I'm actually so happy about it. And I absolutely love you guys so much. Positive feedback. Like I feel bad because you guys are like, I'm gonna miss seeing you as often because I was posting 5 days a week. But I don't know, like I feel like it's fresh. Like I don't feel like I'm being forced, you know, to like fight with the algorithm anymore, and it's so much fun. So we're gonna go ahead and begin to prep the skin. I'm gonna use a little bit of L'Oreal. My skin is nice and clean. So I'm going to use the Age Defying Serum, the tripeptides. I really loved this. Like I love L'Oreal and their skincare, and they're like doing the most. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit like that. I never got around to playing around with my product that I paid for, and I was actually really excited to apply and show you how it works. I have tried 2 of the products and I do have feedback. So numero uno is going to be the Milk Makeup Blurring Stick. This is the, I was gonna say distributed by, no, this is, such a mess. This is their Pore Eclipse Matte Blur Stick. You can use this on its own or you can apply makeup over it. I have used this to work. On days that I'm like, look, I don't have time to apply like hella makeup. So I'm gonna do like a little bit of concealer and the blur stick and make my skin look perfect when I know it's not. You know, it's odd because I thought that little thing, like that little bolita in the center, the black one, I thought it would have some sort of pigment, but it actually doesn't. It has like a little light, citrusy, fresh I just came home from work, okay? It was a day. It was a good day. It was a good day. Not intimidating at all, but just know that I'm slurring my words because of that. I'm still getting used to waking up super early just to go to work. Because for 6 years, I was rolling out of bed and ended up in this chair. I'm not mad at it though. I barely even blended, but do you see how my skin, my skin looked nice before, but this just smooths everything and make it look so much better, which I'm not mad at. I really, really did like it. And it does, like it's not tacky, not sticky, and it wears really well throughout the day. If you have really oily skin, I'd say after applying this, just pat a little bit of powder and you should be good to go. If you want to see the full unboxing, first impressions of me whipping it out of its packaging and all that, make sure you check the video. It is in the description box for you. However, in this video, I'm doing like actual first impressions, applying it and giving you feedback. Also, can you tell I'm all over the place? I just did my manicure. I know it took me forever to learn how to do a proper French without butchering it, and I'm not even mad at it. Like people really think that I went to the salon. No, ma'am. All the items that I'm using on my nails, I got off of the Temu a good minute ago, and I continue to replenish because it's fantabulous. I'm gonna use this. Now, mind you, I already came back from work. So like I went to work, I came back from work, the sun is still out. I finished work so early. It's beautiful, okay? I haven't tried this because I wanna see how it wears with and without primer. Porque mija, what if, let's think about it. What if it's a beautiful shade match, but then it doesn't wear well, and then I look like a greasy ball at the end of the day? I don't want that. So we're gonna try this together. I'm gonna see if it's sticky, if it's tacky, it's all that good stuff. This Girl Lactic Luminous Foundation is in the shade F6 Tan. I'm gonna use a Sigma brush. I didn't have high hopes for Ipsy's selection based on the photo, pero it looked so good. We tested it out in the unboxing on the back of my hand to see whether or not it would oxidize, and on the back of my hand, it did not. So let's see what this looks like. I'm gonna just work on the one side so we can see like the before and the after, you know what I mean, Jolene? If you're new here and you enjoy beauty reviews and try-ons and tutorials and all that good stuff, unboxings, subscriptions, service, you might really enjoy this channel. I hope you enjoyed today's content. I hope that you consider hitting that subscribe button and joining our family here on the YouTube. But if you're not new here, then you already know the drill. Make sure you hit that like button and you comment as we go along And make sure that you share a hype if you have one and you're willing to. Like, I can't twist your arm, you know, but if you want to share one with me, I am more than happy to take it. Thank you in advance. So this is what the difference is. Like, that shade match is freaking bonkers, right? So we have all natural, which I'm not even mad at. Okay, it's not all natural. I have the milk makeup blurring situation, right? But it's doable every day. It's fine. And then we have perfect shade match, pure perfection. I'm gonna give it a good second, just a good second, because the pH on different areas of your body, skin is going to change. Like, your pH balance is gonna be different. Your armpit, your feet, your calves, the back of your knees, the back of your palm, your face, it's all gonna be different. If you didn't know that, now you know. And so we are gonna go ahead and just give it a second and see if it's going to oxidize on this side of my face. All right, girlfriends, so far so good. I did do 2 pumps and used up the majority. So I ended up just doing an extra little pump on this side, maybe a little lighter, and see how it goes. Okay, so on the face, I feel like once it dried down, it did slightly oxidize. Not in an ugly way, like I feel like I can still pull it off, you know? What am I doing? I feel like my shade match is still pretty good. I'm not gonna poo-poo it because I feel like I can still get away with it. The coverage is beautiful. You do get a dewy finish. Obviously, it's a luminous. I got foundation on my shirt. It's a luminous something, so we are gonna look dewy. If you have really dry skin these winter months, you're going to want something that adds that dew for you, because dry skin during the winter is only gonna get drier and you don't want that. Pero if you have oily skin, I think you can still get away with this. Just go very, very lightweight. Ew, I put some on my earring. See, I have normal combo skin, so I feel like I more than likely will mattify the vast majority of the skin, just because it's just, I like the option of looking luminous, but I don't want to be luminous all the time. I'm just weird. Like, people know that my best friend Rhonda is all about that dewy, luminous skin, and it looks amazing on her. And then I'm more like, I like a demi-matte, you know? So it's all about personal preference. I will say it still looks good. It did. You see what I'm saying? Like, on the back of my hand, when we did the first impressions, it didn't oxidize. But on my face, I can definitely tell it's a little deeper, but not in a bad way. Like, I can still put it off, which is why I'm not mad, like I said. So we are going to set this to the side. I still think it's a really good shade match. I want to try this little baby over here, which I'm really excited for. I have not tried. All I did was swatch it, and then that's it. This is gonna be the Lunar Beauty Outer Dimension Bronzing and Sculpting Stick. So there's 2 ways that you can do this. You can just glide it onto the skin and then blend that out, or you can go in with your brush and add the product with precision, and I feel like I want to do both. I'm gonna go ahead and drag that there. It's really pigmented on here and lightly here. Instead of kind of like blending in circular motions, I'm gonna sculpt the side of my nose very lightly. I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but this side is way more sculpted than the other, and I still haven't done nothing on there. And then I am going to buff this onto, what color do I have? I got Rich Sky. I'm gonna buff this onto the edge of my hairline. It blends nice and seamlessly, which is pretty. It's creamy and it gives you time to really buff this baby in. There are cream products that kind of like sit there and start to dry down so fast that you feel like you're in a race, but con este you don't really have to do that, which is awesome sauce. And I feel like it's a really good shade to kind of like sculpt and bronze, because it gives you a little bit of warmth and the perfect balance of that gray hue, you know? So I'm gonna bring this down. I wanna make my jawline seem a little more on the chiseled side. I could overdo it, but I'm not going to. So here we have one side, the other. Another thing you could potentially do, kind of drag up like that here and pull up. That also gives that illusion of a lift, and blend that out. I don't know why I feel like I ended up getting an eyeshadow palette, but I also feel like I'm wrong. Anyway, so as you can see, I went this way, and once I apply my concealer and lift, I'm gonna look snatched. I did get an eyeshadow palette. I just found it. I had to go rewatch my video in order to like figure out which one it was, because I have so much here. So for the other side, I'm gonna go in directly with the brush and apply versus drag directly onto the skin and buff it. The product is really nice. I really like the formula. I think it's blendable. I think it's creamy enough. The pigment is there, but it's not intense and heavy looking, really like her. Let me do a little bit over here on this side. Now the question is, how is it gonna dry down? Because if it dries down kind of like tacky, then it's not gonna be like a go-to for me. I don't really like to powder my skin completely. And then here we're gonna do that snatch and lift as well. So now that this side is done, we can feel it out. The bronzer is not tacky. And I know that my skin looks really dewy, but listen, it's not even tacky either. Like from a 1 to a 5, it's a 0.5. You can barely feel any tack, which is amazing. Okay, so I tried 1, 2, 3, and those are freaking fantabulous. Now we're gonna move on to the brow product. And this is gonna be by Morphe. It is one of their brow pencils. I ended up snagging mine, which this was an add-on. This is their micro brow pencil in chocolate mousse. And I'm gonna fill in the brow. Now it's called chocolate mousse. If it gives me a really good like espresso-esque kind of vibe, then it's fine because it's dark enough, and espresso typically has a little bit of a grayer undertone. But if it's gonna be too brown, and you can tell the difference between my brow hair and the actual pencil, then it's gonna be a no-go for me. So vamos a ver. First of all, it is really, really creamy. Do not twist it up all the way, otherwise I feel like it's gonna break on you. And then also, if you want like a really natural brow, just kind of like apply. So for instance here, apply. And this is the trick that I like to do. Once I create my line, I will grab my little spoolie, press it onto the skin, and then twist going up, and it'll blend it going up and also kind of help it look like little brow hairs when you don't really have brow hairs. But this is only gonna work with a formula that's creamy enough. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of similarly apply product, but I don't wanna go in too much because I want it to be nice and gradient, right? So here, I'm gonna go ahead and do the very same thing, press, and twist up. Friends, the formula is nice, but it is creamier versus waxy. Like it did the job. The brow looks great, but it is a creamier something over waxy. So I don't know if like you have really, really greasy brows. I don't know how this would pan out for you. So if you were to try this, try to get it like for $3.50 like I did over at the shops, because it becomes more affordable, right? So in the event that it doesn't work or it's too creamy for you, then at least you didn't like pay the $8, $9 for it, if not more. I don't even know how much this goes for. Next, we're gonna work on the eyeballs. Where is my primer? I'm gonna go in with my Level Up primer, which is a collab with Ofra Cosmeticos, and I'm gonna blend that out. And the eyeshadow palette we're gonna use today is gonna be the Lift palette, which is kind of tiny. I know I'm not the only one that's thinking that, so let's think it out loud. It is tiny, girl, okay? I'm thinking I wanna go with this crema color. This looks like a coffee. I'm gonna apply that on the base of the eye. Actually, you know what, we'll use the mirror because why not? And this one does have a mirror, but I don't wanna take the film out because I'm being lazy. Take the cream shade, press that onto the eyeball like so. Okay, pigmented enough. And then to see how these are gonna perform, I'm a little concerned. I am going to dip into this deep, it's kind of like a stone shade. So the very tip of my brush, and then I'm gonna go directly onto that crease area. Normally I would go a little higher, but at this point we're going directly onto that crease. We are going to overlay that cream shade, and I'm dipping just the tip, like very lightly. I'm not like moving it up. I'm literally just like dipping the tip and applying over top. And I'm going to build only because we're very limited. So we have a cream shade, café con leche shade, and then we have a stone shade. And so although we can work with them, you have to be a little careful and lightweight in order to make them work and overbuild it, because otherwise, why do I feel I look a little darker now? I know that once I apply my powder and everything, it'll balance out, but right now I feel like it did oxidize. Tell me, do you think it oxidized? At first, it was like one shade. I feel like it oxidized, but also I feel like once I applied bronzer, like it just makes it look a little darker. But let me know what you are seeing on your end. I'm very, very curious. So I'm gonna take that, and once I built it up enough the way I want it, I am gonna go back and forth like so, which is why I went in with a fluffy brush, because now whatever's left on my brush, I'm gonna go in circular motions like this. I'm gonna feather it out. I want it to kind of be a transition, but also kind of be that outer layer of eyeshadow it kind of transforms the eye a little bit. And I know that a lot of you guys are going to want to see what a shimmer looks like on the eyeball. So for you, I'm gonna go ahead and apply a shimmer. I've been really into like mattes lately, just going full-blown matte, but for you, I'm gonna go ahead and add shimmer. Now that we see what the crema looks like, we see what the stone shade looks like. For what I'm trying to do today, I think the stone shade is nice. It blends really, really well. However, if I wanted like a pure stone shade on the eye, it's not pigmented enough. The formula for that one is just not it. For the shimmer shade, I'm gonna go into this kind of copper shade because it screamed my name and it was very pretty. I'm going to drag that over top lightly. It is super creamy and very blendable with just a finger. I feel like if you wanted to like really pile it on, you can, but I just kind of wanted to add a little something without it being too much. I think it's pretty, you know what I mean? I think the color story of the palette is different. I don't think it's gonna be an everyday for people, but I do think the shades are pretty. If anything, full transparency, I'm gonna be real honest, I think I like the shimmer formula and the shade better than their mattes. And I've tried like their highlighters and blushes and they were nice, but there's just something about like this shimmer shade that's like so freaking pretty. The next two items are gonna be items for the face. We have a Rare Beauty blush as well as a lippy, pero mija, I need to finish off the eye, so I'm gonna apply a mascara and then I'm gonna do concealer. I'm gonna powder the under eye and then we'll come back, okay? But I wanna film shorts because I'm gonna be using product that I received in PR. So if you're not following me on Facebook, Instagram, and or TikTok, then those will be linked below. Make sure you go follow me there because I'm gonna do like short form and I'll be putting it there. But I'm gonna be right back. All right, my lovely. The mascara is on. The under eye has been concealed and powdered, and I did apply a lip liner. So just in case you guys are interested and you're wondering like, what the hell did you do to your face? So the under eye is literally the Maybelline Age Rewind. Oh, it says it on both sides. I'm an idiot. But it's the Instant Age Rewind Eraser. Mine is in 141. It brightens, it balances, but it's not too bright. So 141, it's like the perfect amount of gold and bright without being like my exact complexion color. And then for the eyeballs, I use the Kush mascara. For the lashes, this is just 2 coats at the top, okay? So that's freaking crazy. And then on the lips, I went in with my tried and true, que se me está acabando, my Dragon Beauty 2.0 cc's lip liner. So that's really like what I did. And then to set the under eye, I went with Ultra Peach by One Size. Now we're gonna apply our blush, which is a Rare Beauty one, and it is in Virtue. I'm gonna go ahead and give her a cute little tap here and tap there. And then I'm gonna use a blush brush, which is by It Cosmetics. And I am going to kind of do very light circular motions. I got the dirty I got the Dusty Rose one as well. That one was kind of like intimidating because it has a little bit of a gray hue to it. And so at first it looked like I got punched in the face. And I was like, no. But once you blend it out, it's so stinking pretty. Look at this formula. Like, come on. Look how nice. And you can even bring it in here. Kind of like fuse it onto your eye look. Not that I needed extra dew, but this would be stunning if you have like really matte skin. Remember, when you have dry skin, your skin is screaming, not for attention, but it is screaming for hydration. And so this would be pure perfection. So I'm gonna go ahead and cream products are go-tos for anyone with dry skin. You're gonna love it, okay? It'll transform your skin, it'll hydrate it and make it even look, it'll even make it look youthful, which is bonkers. If you don't believe me, try it. So I'm gonna go ahead and tune. I'm gonna make sure I repowder the under eye. Listen, if you don't understand my sound effects, we're on the same boat. I don't understand them either, but you know what? I'm me and I've always been this way, so it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And then to finish off the look, I'm gonna apply the Makeup by Mario. This is Dike Dike. It's supposed to be a plumper. It's not. The Moisture Glow Plumping Lip Color. Mine is in caramel. It doesn't plump, but it is wearable and it's pretty. And it has like this fake minty kind of vibe to it. Makes you feel like something wants to happen, but it doesn't. When I did like the first impressions, like unboxing part, I sat there and I waited and nothing happened. Pero mija, this is the completed look. I absolutely love this. I've been using it since I got it. Maybe I've used it maybe 4 times. It's really, really good. When it comes to the contour stick, 0 complaints. I think the shade is perfection. Had it been deeper or lighter and it would have been harder for me to use, I probably wouldn't have liked it, but I really, really do. And then the foundation, I've not tried this before. I am so dewy that I feel like maybe during the like cold months here in Florida, or maybe even like when there is a cold front, I would totally use this because it would add that dewy hydration to the skin so I don't look dehydrated. But for every day, it's not going to be for me, only because I would have to powder all of this. It's not tacky. It doesn't feel like it's gonna move around or anything. It's just, you get a good glow. If that's what you like, then that is definitely for you. What I am gonna use consistently is gonna be this blush because she is stunning. I think I like this one better than the pink one. And then the lip product, although it doesn't really plump, I feel like it's more of an illusion. Something is Makeup by Mario, and he has a really great quality product, so I have 0 complaints. Listen, at the end of the day, I think my box was really nice. The palette wasn't like the best thing ever, but when you look at everything else, like, I really don't have complaints. I want to hear your thoughts. We are at the beginning of November. We're getting ready to get our new boxes for the month, but I know y'all started playing around with your October boxes, October product. What was your favorite product out of your October variation? And let me know what you guys think about the look. All right, friends, listen, if you're still here, that means you've made it all the way through, which you are a real one for that. I truly, truly appreciate you. Don't forget to visit the description box where you're gonna find links to my most recent videos. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you, and you don't have to go anywhere. YouTube is gonna recommend 2 videos here on screen they believe you're really gonna enjoy. So I hope you consider checking it out, and I will see you guys on the next one.